It's raining like crazy up here. Man, that weather forecast this morning was not accurate at all. I checked all the way through this area. It said no rain. It is rainy. It's friggin' cold. So I think I'll be finding out if my liner in this jacket is actually rainproof or not. I think the fact that it's getting wet is what's causing me to feel really colder than it actually is. I'm very thankful for these heated grips right now. Although everything else feels cold, at least the hands are nice and toasty. Well, not much to see at the Vista Point today. There's the ocean again. Rough out there this morning. I'm still on South Highway 101 in California, just under 300 miles from San Francisco. Man, it rained for quite a while. It was kind of heavy at times back there. I think about an hour and a half, or that I was riding in the rain for about an hour and a half. It got my core temperature low just from the moisture and the wind. So although it's now 57 degrees, it's still chilly. Feels like my jacket is just kind of trapped in some moisture and dampness. I'm looking at the GPS map now, and it looks like up ahead we should get a pretty good glimpse of the coast, the ocean off to the right. Raining again. Can't always trust the weather forecast. Looks like some kind of bay or something there. Truck looks pretty good and stuck there. That's one of the things with touring places you haven't been before. Sometimes you don't know what you're passing and what you're looking at, and I'll often go back, especially when I'm replaying videos. I'll go back after the fact, look up on the map where I was and see what things were. So there's a pretty good chance that in the video for this section there will be something on the screen explaining what that body of water is. Alright, so this is Eureka. I think if my recollection serves correct, once we go through Eureka, we sort of cut inland from here and then head over to Avenue of the Giants, where we get to see the big giant redwoods. Apparently this town or city of Eureka, going back many years, it's had quite a bad drugs problem. I guess heroin or something like that. And, this area supposedly has suffered quite a bit due to that. Eureka is a lot larger place than I was expecting. Quite a lot here. I'm sure, like pretty much all towns and cities, it has its good and bad areas. Just had to fire up the camera to check out these hills. This was a town called Rio I believe. It's just really neat with the low-hanging clouds through the hills here. I think part of the excitement of, you know, riding, doing some of these sort of long-distance rides, is going somewhere you've never been, wondering what's around the next corner. Alright, we're almost at Avenue of the Giants. It's almost the only reason I came this way on the way back to Las Vegas. Avenue of the Giants and the Golden Gate Bridge. It's sort of a bit neurotic to take this massive route around just for that. I'm out of the Valley of Giants now. I think this is still Route 101. Let's pretty much stay on Route 1 most of the way down to where I'm stopping for today. Looks like I got 175 miles to go. My butt has toughened up quite a bit. I stopped for just a short break, maybe 15 minutes or so. My legs were getting cramped and my butt was getting pretty sore then. Took a 15-minute break and feeling pretty good again. It's warmed up nicely now. The sun is out quite a bit. Roads are dried off. This highway all the way down from Crescent City, which I was at several hours ago now, I think. It'll go from 4 lanes down to 2 lanes, back to 4 lanes. So, pretty nice ride. I don't know if this is the same river or different rivers, but we keep crossing over rivers on this route. So the 4-lane freeway ended back there. That's pretty typical of this Route 101, seems to be. When it's going up or down a mountain, they take it to 2 lanes. It gets a little winding. And then once it flattens out, they'll open it up to 4 lanes and jack the speed limit up. It's kind of been like alternating that all the way down here from the Crescent City to the north. Feel bad for these truckers sometimes on roads like this where they get a turnout, and it's, I guess, polite for them to pull into the turnout, let the faster traffic go by. And I've seen it a few times where they pull into the turnout and there's a car behind them that doesn't even want to go much faster than them, and then the truckers end up having to almost come to a stop and then try to work their way back into the lane. That's got to be frustrating. And you pass by some of these little towns or stores and stuff, and you smell whatever food they have cooking there. I was in town, where was that? In Eureka a while back, and there was must have been the sheriff's station, because there were several sheriff cars parked along the road out front. It went by and it actually smelled like bacon, like one of the restaurants or somewhere was cooking bacon. Oh, another drive-through tree. Didn't know there was more than one. funny being this cold, and then tomorrow I'll be heading through Bakersfield, Barstow, sort of out to the desert. I'll probably be roasting. It seems like when I lean a certain angle on here, it's like the cruise control slows me down. Yeah, it's almost like it's set to a certain lean angle, where you get to an angle and it's like it lets off the throttle. I'm quite enjoying this Beamer. It's a very nice touring bike. You can munch some miles on this thing. This engine definitely has loads of power, lots of low-end torque. Yeah, there's definitely some sort of assist when you lean going around corners. It's like slows you down. I generally don't lean that far, but I get this bike gives me a lot of confidence in leaning. I think it might be the tires. I noticed it does have some pretty good tires on it. I forget what the exact name, Michelin Road Commander 6 or something like that, I think. Well, it's turned into quite a nice day down here. So I'm somewhere still on the 101, somewhere in California. There's obviously a wildfire somewhere. The smoke's starting to clear up now a little bit. It was pretty rough for a while. Yeah, everything you see right now is just smoke from the fires nearby. A little while ago, a couple minutes ago, up on these hills, it was that darker smoke. So my guess is the fires up there in the hills are sort of passing it at this point, I think.